Hello, people. How are you doing? I'm here once again, your professor CA Sandeep Neve, with my favorite EDR series, Everyday Revision, specifically meant for my students. Guys, the whole idea is hand holding you till the time of exam, right? The time we learn and the time we appear for the exam. In between, sometimes we run short of the time, we have our own commitments, and that is the purpose. I'm making this small videos, 10, 15, 20 minutes, max 20 minutes, depending upon the length of the topic. And what is the whole idea? Whenever you're free, 10 minutes, you're waiting to fall asleep, you're traveling somewhere, start with this, put on your headphones and listen to me and revise the topic within no time. Correct? The idea is great. Hope it helps you. And I request you to please spread it amongst your friend. Those who are doing CA, not just you. Everybody's journey should be made easy, isn't it? So that's why I'm standing strong with you guys. All the best and let's start. Now we talk about leverages topic. Basically what? It is a relationship between how many variables people? Two variables, right? One of them is dependent, the other one is what? Independent. You remember in the class to explain, you had given you this example that your dad is an independent variable and you being a child, you are a dependent variable. And you are always concerned, no, as a child, if your parents' salary will increase, will your standard of living increase? Yes, sir. Parent salary becomes double, your pocket money becomes double? No, sir. Exactly. That's what we are talking, people. There will be always some disproportionate movement, okay? So, see, the question is how much dependent variable changes because of what changes in the independent variable, and that is what leverages is all about. So people, what is the general formula for leverage? Percentage change in dependent variable upon percentage change in what? Independent variable. You remember the trick? What I had told you in the class? Don't use the word upon. Instead of use the word what? Because of. See, suddenly just replace that one word and it makes a lot of sense. People, there's a thought process involved in this. I want you to understand this. Okay, how we will how we all have been revising this? It is a percentage change in dependent variable because of percentage change in what? Independent variable. So who first changes, people? It's an independent variable to first change. When independent variable changes, there'll be some change in the dependent variable. Let's talk about leverages. What it is a measure of risk. It it counts the risk, it measures the risk which comes into existence because of what? Fixed cost. We put the fixed cost in two types, people: operating fixed cost and financing fixed cost. And how many leverages we have to study? You tell me. Only three: operating, financial, combined. Simple. Okay, let's talk about operating leverage. But before that, our favorite, in a quick revision, further quick revision, how to calculate percentage change. It's or change upon original. How to get change? New minus original upon original. Baba, this original comes back over here on new. Sir, original cancel, sir. Hello. Super maths not required, people. Normal maths sufficient. Okay. Jokes apart, people. Let's talk about operating leverage. It comes into existence because of what? Fixed operating cost. Through that fixed operating cost, something like fixed salary, rent. So we have taken an example. We started with sales and we reached up to EBIT. What we noticed, sales doubles, variable cost doubles, contribution doubles, but fixed cost, operating fixed cost doesn't change, people. Because of that, EBIT also doesn't move in the same proportion. There is some disproportionate movement. Now you tell me, what changed first? Sales or contribution changed first, and because of that EBIT change. So EBIT becomes which variable? Dependent variable. Contribution becomes which variable? Independent variable. So what will be our operating leverage formula, people? It will be percentage change in EBIT because of percentage change in sales or contribution. You solve, you get this answer. Yeah, there is one shortcut formula also. You can directly take the original contribution upon original EBIT. You still get the same answer. So what are the points to remember? It is a measure of what? Operating risk. It comes into existence because of fixed operating cost. Yeah. Operating leverage of one is possible, people, or at least on papers it is possible, which will indicate no operating risk. But in reality, you tell me, for operating leverage to come one, what should happen? This is 40, this should also be 40. Then 40 upon 41, for that fixed cost have to be nil, na? Operating fixed cost, guys, salary, rent, many other fixed operating costs are there. Some or the other fixed operating cost will be always there in business. Hence we say, okay, on paper it might be possible, but in real life it is not possible, practically not possible. And higher the leverage, higher is the risk. Okay. Let's talk about financial leverage. See, financial leverage comes into existence because of what? Fixed financing cost. Okay, let's understand financing cost. Now, first of all, we have fixed and fluctuating. In fixed, we have interest, we have preference dividend, and in fluctuating, we have equity dividend. So, what do we can say? Financial leverage comes into existence because of interest expenditure and preference dividend. So, we start the statement. See, earlier we had reached up to EBIT, no? So, now we'll continue from there. So we take the same EBIT, then interest, then EBT, less tax, then preference dividend, then Payesh. What is Payesh? Those who listen to me for the first time. Profits available for equity shareholder. We divide by number of equity shares. What we get is EPS. Correct, people? So what is financial leverage? It is a percent. Now see, first you tell me, first EBIT will change or first EPS will change? What, sir? First will EBIT will change? No, sir. Exactly. So if EBIT changes, then EPS changes, and that's why EBIT becomes which variable, people? Independent variable, and EPS becomes which variable? Dependent variable. Understood? Okay. So what will become our formula? Financial leverage will be what? Percentage change in EPS because of percentage change in what? EBIT. But chalo, solve this, we'll get this answer. Acha, in shortcut formula, you know what happens? It becomes EBIT upon EBT minus preference dividend. We have discussed this at length in the class, but I will have to tell you here also so that you can also remember. What we are doing, we are deducting the pre-tax value of preference dividend. Why pre-tax value of preference dividend? See, people, between EBIT and EBT, it's only interest. Preference dividend is later on. So if you want to consider the effect of that, the best way is to remove it from the discussion. Acha, from EBIT I want to remove, then bachalo, EBT is pre-tax profit and preference dividend is given from post-tax profit. So what to do? Get it converted into pre-tax value. We had discussed this into the class. See, take pre-tax multiplied by 1 minus tax, it becomes post-tax. Okay, so you want pre-tax value. What to do? Take the post-tax and divide by 1 minus tax. And that's what we do over here. Okay. Points to remember. Financial leverage comes into existence because of fixed financing cost. That is what interest and preference dividend. It is a measure of financial risk. Financial leverage of 1 means no financial risk. Higher the leverage, higher is the risk. Simple. And then people, no big deal in combined leverage. Yeah, before we go with combined leverage, I would like to once again remind you, please watch all the EDRs. It is available for every topic. Slowly, all the topics would be uploaded. Watch them every day. One video you should watch. So automatically 10 to 15 minutes you revise one topic. And my request, earnest request, follow the channel and please share with all your friends who are doing CA or who are doing something related to financial management, maybe some other course. Everybody, let everybody benefit, right, people? Okay, let's talk about combined leverage. So it's an overall measure, guys. How overall measure? See, it is percentage change in EPS because of percentage change in sales. You start your income statement with sales and you finish on EPS. So it's a combined leverage, considering every risk. Shortcut formula, combined leverage is what? Contribution upon EBT minus preference dividend upon 1 minus tax. Or what you do, you simply multiply both the leverages, you get combined leverage. So what is combined leverage? It is a measure of what? Overall risk. It comes into existence due to fixed operating plus financing cost. Higher the leverage, higher the risk. Important. Our role is that of what, people? Finance manager. So we calculate leverage and advise that higher leverage means what? Higher risk. Let the investor decide, no? How much risk he wants to take. Correct, people? Acha, in one of the questions where we were asked, no, that you calculate the new level of this, that using the concept of leverage. So there, I had explained you the relationship between EBT, EAT, OAH, EPS when preference dividend is nil. You remember same example we had taken, people. Correct? And what we noticed that if preference dividend is nil, EBT, EAT, OAH, EPS, everything moves in the same proportion. Correct? And so we can easily conclude that percentage change in EBT will be same as what? Percentage change in EPS. This is very useful when we solve few questions. Recollect this, guys. Understood what I told to you, people? Okay, so this was a very quick revision of all the leverages. Hope these videos are helping you, and I want you to watch one video every day. So within 10 to 15 minutes, your concepts are revised. Then you can definitely solve the sums. And before I stop, one request, please subscribe. Please share with all your friends doing CA or any other course where they need to learn the concepts of financial management. Right, people? Wish you all the best. See you soon in the next EDR. Hope this benefits you. Thank you, guys.